Hey guys, alright, it's Brett from Iron Body Martial Arts. How's it going? In case you don't know, I run a channel here on YouTube that focuses mainly on old style martial arts and conditioning training. So yeah, today I'm doing a bit of a video channel comments, general questions and stuff like that. But I just thought you guys might be interested in some of the funny comments that we get on the channel here. So I've just got the laptop open here, and we're going to have a look at some of the funny comments and things like that that we get on the channel. So let's have a look. Also, there's some questions that people have asked me here, so hopefully I can answer them. So let's see what we've got going on. And of course, any questions and chats that people have up here, we'll have a chat with those. Yeah, thanks to the Patreon guys and thanks to the subscribers of the channel. Please do like, sub and share. It's awesome. The channel's been growing quite a lot. And also, yeah, thanks to the now, I think, the 8 or so people who've signed up to the IBMA Iron Hand course. People enjoying that, so that's great. So let's have a look at some of the comments I've got here, because we've got some good ones. Some on some old videos, some on some new ones. We had a good one here. Here we go. So I did a conditioning video recently, and Johnny D88, who's a subscriber, so hey Johnny, says, every video you put out, I'm more and more amazed. Listen, some time ago I asked you if 40 minutes a day was okay. This is for conditioning, and you replied with a video, which was really cool. Now I want to specify that 40 minutes are just for stomach, hands, forearms, and shins. The question is, when will I reach the iron stage, he says, in these 4 areas of the body? So that's stomach, hands, forearms, and shins. Do you think that I can spend a bit less time with them daily just to maintain the skill and then proceed slowly to strengthen other parts? I hope I formulated the question well. English isn't my first language. So yeah, Johnny D88, I've already given a heart to that comment, so a good comment. So Johnny D88 basically asks, you know, I think I put a video out for him before where, you know, he's added up all the training to do his stomach, his forearms, his shins, just all the general meat and bones grinding conditioning training. And he's like, oh, well, this is taking 40 minutes. When will I be able to spend less time on it? Well, as I say, usually, generally the 72 Secret Arts of the Shaolin sets out that 3 month spans are times for conditioning. So in 3 month blocks is how you build your conditioning, how you move on to the next thing. So with that regard, usually, if you go by the manual, 1 year is for pretty good mastery of a skill, and 5 years is for, 1 year is like a really good level of demonstrating the skill, and about 5 years is usually the time that it takes to obtain, so let's say, mastery in a skill. So if you practice like Iron Fist, after a year of training, you should be well on your way of hard training. And after 5 years, you should be able to show some good mastery of the skill. So with that in regard, Johnny, with you doing 40 minutes a day or every other day on that skill, it must be really good. But it's gonna be at least 5 years until you can, or at least a year until you can, until you can start doing less and still keeping the results. It really needs to be intrinsically grained into your body. But yeah, that was a good good one, man. That was on the my shin conditioning video, the live shin conditioning video that I did the other day, so I gave that a heart on there. The Grey Quill Arc says, Jack's Blade does fitness. Oh, this was on a question I put out about who should I collab with. So that's another question for you guys. Who should I collab with? And Jack's Blade, the Grey Quill Arc, who's also a subscriber, so hello to you, says that Jax Blad, he does fitness of anime characters, and him an anime trainer is how they found out about my channel. So there we go. I don't know Jax Blood. I had a look. He's a big like anime training channel, which obviously isn't something I know a lot about. And more recently, I did a small collaboration with the anime trainer, who we did a little video together having a chat. I think me and him have another thing coming up because he wants to put out some videos. I won't reveal what those are, but he's got a project in mind. He want to put out some videos, and he's thinking that I might be able to help out with some of that. So yeah, anime trainer, that's a good one. So that's another comment there. That was awesome. So yeah, in summary, to anyone who's joined, we had a question about how long someone will have to. They were training iron. They were training their iron shirt, their stomach, their forearms, and stuff like that. And they're doing about 40 minutes a day. They wanted to know how long they could stop. So yeah. So here we go. Get that camera back up. Yeah, I've not got a very good setup here. Sorry guys, by the computer. Oh, this is a pain in the ass. Everyone's going to be getting seasick. Oh, of course it doesn't want to stay up now, does it? Yeah, that's classic. Oh yeah, well there we go. That'll have to do. All right. I put up a MMA develop your crushing guard where I was using a boxing bag on the floor. I put a gi on it, and I was using it to train the legs. The guard gripping, and also just the pulling, the guard, the grip, just a bit of rough grappling, which is pretty much like a dummy. And Perry Pelican says it's a good idea if there's no one to roll with. Not everyone knows everything. Never hurts to show that you train. Yeah, it never hurts to show that you train. Not everyone does know anything. That's simple guard training, just a bit of simple training. So that was all right. Obviously, if you guys have any things to chuck in, please do chuck them in. That was a good question from Johnny D88, though. I like that one. Super Pal on my Super Pal, just on the community section of my channel. He said all bones are made like iron. So yeah, he's right in that regard. Your bones actually have a stronger tensile stress and strain than concrete. They're pretty magical things, and they heal and they grow, and they're subject to Wolff's Law that we all know, which is the bone remodeling. And going back to Johnny D88's question as well about how long do I have to train these iron skills before I can stop training them? And that goes back to that thing that Johnny, if you look online or if you Google, so we'll Google it for you here now, but if you Google, say like, how long does it take bone to form / remodel? The problem is, before I Google that, Nicholas says, what do you think of barefoot running? Awesome question, Nick. Of course, my bloody freaking internet's gone out now, hasn't it? Which is, I don't know how that's happened because you guys are still on. Yeah, it's just my laptop being shit. So we'll wait for that to go. Anyway, I think it's something like it's in like 3 or 4 month stints. You'd have to look it up, that your bones then remodel themselves. So yeah, if you do this kind of training and then you stop, unless you've done it for a very long time, you are over a long period, longer than muscle, it'll start to remodel. Nicholas came on here and he said, what about barefoot running? Well, Nick, one of the exercises I really do like using, and I've put it in like some of the training routines that I've done, is barefoot skipping. Yeah, barefoot running's also good. You've got to be careful, obviously, because we all don't have feet that are designed for barefoot running, and also you've got to be careful where you barefoot run. But for instance, back in North Wales, when I lived in Wales, there was a big field behind my house with long grass. It was a big like cow field, and I used to sometimes go down onto the field barefoot, and I'd run around the field. I'd jump over the like the clods of grass. I wish I'd filmed it because it would have been a funny video, but I just thought it was too crazy. You know, I'd run through the field. You know, you didn't realize when you're running through it, but you know, there's dips and bumps and clogs because it was just a farm field. But you'd end up springing over the grass, jumping over things, dodging stones. You know, and it was yeah, it was awesome training. It really makes you agile. Now I don't do any of that around where I live, but I do still do barefoot skipping on like a cobblestone, which you'll see on some of my latest videos where I just do a warm up barefoot skipping on the cobblestones. So yeah, that's cool. Karate Tetsute on my new gi picture I posted up of me and my new BJJ gi. He says, you got to be careful when putting on a new gi, cannot get too excited at it. Yeah, yeah, we all love that feeling of that new gi feeling. Someone on my Iron Palm sand bucket video says, Christian Nunez says, hot guy. Okay, well, thanks for that, Christian. You get all sorts of comments on this thing. At least it's not a nasty comment, so we'll like it. Abdul Rashid Martial Arts on my Crushing God BJJ video says, keep up awesome work, keep it up. So that's cool. I hope that answered your question, Nick, on there. It looks like hold on, I'm gonna have to restart my laptop. Bloody rubbish laptop. I don't know, it's probably like a freaking virus or something on this laptop. Do you know what, guys? It's so funny how the phones, they work awesome and it's all fine, and my laptop, it's a good laptop too, actually. It's like it's old gaming laptop. But yeah, it's funny how they're always cutting out from the internet. They're always updating. They're always downloading something. It's a real pain in the ass. But yeah, and then we'll go back to some questions. If anyone's got questions on here, chuck them on. We're doing for this channel, well, probably not for now, but whenever we've got a super chat running for anyone who wants to support the channel or really wants something answered or whatever. So that's there. And I've got links below for anyone who's interested to the Iron Body Martial Arts course and other stuff, and the Patreon on the thing, so you can have a look at that if anyone's interested in those things. Let's go back to comments if we can get onto them. Let's go back. But yeah, hopefully, Chris, that answered your question on that one, man. Just thanks for tuning in. Thanks to the guys. Don't forget to like and sub if you haven't. Share the channel with your friends. Because yeah, I think I was watching a video with Ramsey Dewey, and he was it's one of his newer videos. He was talking to a guy. I've forgotten what he's called, Red something. So apologies to that guy. I've forgotten what his channel name is, but he was talking to him. And I think they were saying about small channels and this and that, and the next thing, I guess mine would very much qualify as a small channel. But I've been around here on YouTube for 9 years making videos. Oh, that's what it was. Ramsey Dewey was talking about how he did his channel for years and no one was really around, and then one day people were there. So I don't know, it's a little bit like this year for my channel, because things have been really slow with my channel. I've been around for 9 years. I've got 8,000 subs, which is okay, but equally you'll get a channel that comes on, sort of flames someone, and in a few days they're like a massive channel because they've started controversy, and I like to keep out of the controversy. Well, it's a bit of controversy is all right. Sorry, Ibrahim is chucking something on there, but sorry, my friend, I don't speak Arabic, so I don't know. I don't know. MMA bone conditioning is a small channel for now, but great knowledge. Oh, hey Dan, how's it going, mate? You all good? I'm trying to do some channel comments here. Oh look, I could click on my channel and watch me watching everyone else. Oh, that's what it's called. It's called Red Chucks, the other channel that Ramsey Dewey was chatting to. Your channel, YouTube Studio. I would like to. Oh, I missed a comment there. Let's have a look. Dumb. Nicholas says, do you do knuckle push-ups and why? I love it and can feel myself developing much more powerful hands. Oh, it's a good comment there, Nick. Oh well, actually, Nick, the other day, you might have missed it. I did like an hour's video or so of all different kinds of knuckle push-ups, like for the basis of iron fist training, um, or at least the iron body martial arts iron fist training that I do. Yeah, I did all sorts of knuckle push, the sideways, this way, creeping ones, handstand ones, and we went through a whole set of knuckle push-ups. We were training for like an hour. Then when I finished the video, I realized that maybe I guess the people who tuned in were lucky they got to see that. But then I realized, oh, maybe I gave away a little bit too much, because I've got a Patreon running where I promised that I promised that I would kind of share things over there, so I felt bad for the Patreon guys, so I locked the video down to Patreon, because we all live in different time zones. It's not really much use for me to make live videos for the Patreon guys, because they're all in America and I'm in Australia, and it's all different. So so yeah, anyway, I chuck them on Patreon. We did, but if you guys are around and you catch me live here, you might catch a training video. But then I usually give away loads of stuff of what I do, and then I chuck it onto Patreon. Like for instance, the Iron Body Martial Arts Iron Hand course that I've just released on Udemy, which is like the most comprehensive syllabus. There's a discount link below, or just follow the link and just watch the intro video, or the intro videos on my channel. But yeah, much of the stuff we cover there is on Patreon in parts. But anyway, I'll stop talking about that. But Patreon doesn't have the facility for me to build a course like that. But anyway, let's go. But I just want to say, look, thanks guys for the subs and likes, and I'm appreciative of where people are taking the channel. Oh, cool. So we can go back to the comments now. I don't know if anyone knows that I did put something up about that Ghosts of Tsushima game. That's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool game. So let's go back to comments. Let's see if we got some good comments. There's some awesome comments, actually. I think I've actually replied to most of them. Now I don't know how to see the comments that I've already replied to. But yeah, let's go down. Let's get some more comments going on here. Oh, someone says, I did a review of the Everlast bag holder, Everlast heavy bag holder. It's like a strap. I gave it 0 out of 100. 0 out of 10, because Everlast's such garbage. And someone actually, after the video, someone's actually put a link saying, could you share a link for me to buy this product or a similar product? So I was scratching my head there. His name's Vaj, V-A-J. So whoever that is, yeah, don't buy the Everlast heavy bag holder. You can pretty much see the moment you buy it, that's crap. Christopher Miller says on one of my BJJ videos, keep your hips up. Yes, he's right. Keep those hips up. Let's see if we can go to some more comments, or does the computer going to break down? Yeah, some good questions coming from Nick here. So yeah, Nick, mate, if you do Neverlast, yeah, that's what I call it, good one. If you do some knuckle press-ups, man, they're awesome. Knuckle press-ups are, in my mind, underrated. Very much underrated for developing your toughness of your hands. Even, what's his name, Leduc, or is it, I forget his first name, but his name's Leduc, his surname, the Leithwee guy, one of the current Leithwee champions. You'll probably see his videos on YouTube. He's a big advocate of bare knuckle press-ups for his Leithwee training. I think he's quite a young guy. I don't know, he might be my age, I don't know. I think I'm a little older than him. The only thing I would say for people starting off is usually I don't advise just doing them on the bare floor, because the idea is you want to spread the force over the knuckle, and you want to spend time on your knuckles. That's what's going to densen them. Sensei Emmett makes some comments here. He says, cool stuff, Brett, on one of my grapple videos. Cool, Brett. The gi on the bag is an awesome idea, because I put a gi over a boxing bag and then used it to grapple with. He says he's been doing that for a few years. Sensei Emmett's actually one of my Patreon, if you see him on the channel, Sensei Emmett with a black logo with gold, is actually one of my closed door disciples on Patreon. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Oh, someone here. So on one of my sand training videos, Dr. Freeman. Dr. Freeman has said he might have forgot to tell you when you do it long enough, you start bleeding under your nails. Remember to clean under your nails after you're done. Also, remember to maintain good nutrition like eating fish or shark. It has good proteins, omegas, and helps with tendons. So yeah, he's actually got a good point there. If you get like what do they call it? Oh, I forget what they call it now, but there's like a shellfish based tendon and bone supplement. What's it called? I can't remember. Oh, anyway, you'll find it if you Google it. It's got like a long name. I can't remember what it's called, but yeah, that's pretty good. I don't know about the bleeding under your nails. You can start to get sand stuck under your nails when you're doing that method. Oh, here we go. What have we? So IBMA at the MMA gym, which has been a pretty popular series. Peter McLaughlin said, "Hey dude, awesome channel. It was recommended me at a training session a few days ago by Sensei Emmett Doyle after he kicked my ass." Yeah, I see him in the comments below. Must check out your Patreon later. Cool, thanks man, Peter McLaughlin. But then I think later on, Peter McLaughlin asked me like what rank you are and said like if you're not a black belt, you shouldn't be on here teaching people and stuff like that, or trying to teach people. Um, yeah. So yeah, I'm a black belt in jiu-jitsu anyway. So if you have to be a black belt to teach people, then I've got a jiu-jitsu black belt, if that makes any difference. But I personally don't think it matters. It's a thumbs up there. MMA Bone Conditioning says it was nice to see Leduc. What's his first name? I forget. If only there was a way to get these bloody messages up. What's Leduc's first name? But MMA Bone Conditioning says it's nice to see Leduc talking about MMA. All messages. Ah, there we go. Oh, wait, you scroll down the screen. It was nice to see Leduc talking about IBMA type knuckle conditioning, although he didn't practice as in depth as IBMA. But I thought Icy Mike said none of this works. Nick says, thanks, bro. Do you also train your body in freezing temperatures? It feels like knives, but I love it. Builds toughness and a strong mind. Yeah, nah, Nick, I'll deal with Nick's as it's a quick question to answer. I stay away from freezing temperatures. I know there's the Wim Hof method and stuff like that, which is an interesting one. Oh, that's it, Dave Leduc. I know there's a Wim Hof method and interesting ones like that. But I don't do that. Although I'm interested in the Wim Hof breathing method, which I think is similar to a lot of Hungwa, a bit of Hungwa breathing method. So that's cool. MMA Bone Conditioner says about Dave Leduc, talking about knuckle conditioning, which is awesome. And he also says about Icy Mike saying you don't need to knuckle condition. Look, say what you will, guys, but you know, I've got nothing against the Icy Mike channel. I've been on YouTube for longer than the Icy Mike channel. It just appeared and then exploded. But one thing I will say, and it is funny, I enjoyed some of his early stuff. I will never understand, and I still don't understand. I did make a video about it a year or two ago, directed at Icy Mike. I never got a reply. I will never understand that guy's stance on conditioning. Like it's really strange. Like he made a video called like bare knuckle, and this is nothing against the guy, but he made a video called bare knuckle something or other. But then in that video he basically says like, no, you shouldn't punch stuff bare knuckle to train bare knuckle, which confused me because there's like a whole bare knuckle league of America. And they knucklers, they're called, and they train bare knuckle boxing. There's lots of, it's not like Chinese martial arts, and there's lots of different ways of training with maze balls, with this and that, and it's an age-old training method. But then you've got Icy Mike coming along saying, no, you know, You just train to hit the heavy bag, you know, and then when you see him hitting the heavy bag, you know, he can't actually hit it that hard at all without his gloves on, and then he kind of goes, oh well, you don't even need to do that. And unfortunately for Icy Mike, like I said in my video, all respect to the guy, but it's more a case of it's just something he can't do. So yeah, he proved that with his Jesse M camp, because he was flaming on Jesse M camp, and then Jesse M camp came up to his channel and they made a video together, and you can see he just can't do the stuff, you know. So now he's training. Now he's training with Sensei Seth, who's like a karate guy. But before he was flaming karate, and it's just evident that he's just got a very look. Sorry to say, Icy Mike, he's got a very ignorant view on things. But personally, I don't think it's an ignorant view. I think he's just doing it because he knows how to generate views. So like he's already proven that really when these people come up to him, he's actually quite accepting of new ideas and quite accepting of new things. So to that extent, I think he just knows what videos to make. Like he makes like kung fu is crap and bullshit videos. And that's the only one of his videos I ever replied to, which was his kung fu's crap video, which is what everyone's thinking at the moment, but it's not the case. It's the same as any other martial art. It's just the stuff he put into it. Jay Johnson says, I'm pretty sure you'd wreck any troll. That's funny. Thanks, Jay. That was on my time to put sport combat tournament trolls to bed video. Oh, another thing. Actually, yeah. Sorry, this has been a bit silly, this one, because I've actually replied to so many comments already. There goes the camera again. So annoying. I've actually replied to so many comments already, and that's knocked them off my comment list now. So I don't even know where to find them now. I'd have to go on the individual videos. Or maybe we'll do that. Let's go on the IBMA street corner. Let's go on the IBMA street corner vid. So yeah, I don't know if you guys saw the IBMA, another thumbs up. I don't know if you guys saw the IBMA street corner vid. The second one I put a lot more effort into, well not effort, I put effort into all of them. But the second one, the idea with IBMA street corner, I suppose we'll talk about it a bit now, is that I'm trying to bring in like a real world aspect of martial arts, because you know, although my channel here, as you guys know, is Iron Body Martial Arts, so it's a conditioning training channel. I get a lot of people come on there and they say, oh, you don't know what the real world is, you don't spar, you don't know how to fight, blah blah blah. But also, that aside, that doesn't matter. That aside, there's a lot of people out there spreading like self-defense messages, and there's a lot of like there's a lot of just general martial arts channels trying to give you self-defense advice. But I personally think that yes, if you're a martial artist, you're like, if this is a self-defense chart, if you're a martial artist, you're like here, you get some points, real life experience, you get some points. But just being a martial artist per se doesn't make you a self-defense expert. It gives you some skills. But there's so many aspects to self-defense. Some things are like if you learn some things professionally, like from the military, from security services, from the police, you get extra skills with regards to self-defense. So yeah, in that regard, with the street corner videos, I wanted people to start asking the questions of themselves and of their senseis and whatever. Like, who are you to give me self-defense? Nicholas says he wonders where the manuals are for bare knuckle boxing. Yeah, I don't know, Nick. Yeah, it's obviously just a niche topic, but yeah, I know there's bare knuckle channels on YouTube. There's the knucklers. There's all sorts of stuff. Yeah, I myself train a lot of bare knuckle stuff. All sorts of things like on as evidenced on my channel, also on the Iron Hand course on Udemy, is just it's just stuff I've always done. I think it's just one of these things that people know about. Yeah, but pardon me, books wise, yeah, who knows? But yeah, going back onto the but MMA bone conditioning says Udemy course will show you. MMA. What was I saying? Oh yeah, so the IBMA Street Corner. Yeah, so that's what I wanted to cover in that was that kind of real life aspect of self-defense. And my personal extra experience I was basing that on was the policing experience. So I was using that to say, well, no, actually, look, well, not no, but look, here's my idea on self-defense based on the policing point of view, plus martial arts experience, you know, da 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 da. So yeah, those videos have been doing pretty all right. So once again, thanks guys for the support on those. MMA Bone Conditioning says on the IBMA Street Corner vid, this video series is a great complement to the channel and is an all-round fanboy reality check for traditional martial artists as well as MMA practitioners. I'm not sure how much you can legally share, but some of this info concerning street-related deaths hits home hard and quells dreams of indestructibility for most. Hit my takeaways, and oh bloody hell, Dan's done a huge takeaway. I'll read it through as he's done the effort to do it. Avoid confrontation. So this is his takeaways from the Street Corner video. He's good at summarizing stuff, this good old Dan. Avoid confrontations unless there's no other viable alternative, or in defense of others or in your family or in immediate danger. If there is a safe chance to de-escalate, take it. Nothing can quite prepare you to this type of event. If you've experienced some of such events, anything street related, condition your main body weapons in preparation. No wraps, no gloves, no shin guards, just reality. Train in a conflict effective martial art regularly. Maintain your bone conditioning, condition if possible. Boost your strength and cardio, that's a massive one. Train for the worst, hope for the best, I like that one. If you spar, this is an important one. If sparring is part of your martial arts training, this will of course be of use versus no sparring. Yeah, so I don't know if I replied to that, Dan, but that was good. Yes. So Nick says, good point, Nick. Nick says, martial arts training's great, but our warrior ancestors dealt with a lot more. Well, actually, Nick, I've met up with another sensei called Tim. Tim Michelin or Nicklin. He lives local to me. This guy's an awesome guy. I'm going to be introducing him into the channel. Okay, come up what you have to say to me. Yeah, Abu Barkar. Sorry, man. Sorry, Abu. There, you put a comment there, but it doesn't make sense. I think it's the wrong way around or something. But yeah, anyway, I met this guy Tim. Well, Sensei Tim, or I'd call him even Master Tim, but he wouldn't accept the title. Really experienced guy. And he was saying similar things. So what was your comment there? Yes, he was saying the similar things. He was like, look, these days we have a police force. So we're a lot safer than people were in the past. You know, we've elected to have police forces that when we've got problems, they take care of them for us. But yeah, definitely 100% right, Nick. I mean, that's a whole nother topic. But in the past, you would just have, you know, you'd have army, you'd have like the army and the military or soldiers who will kind of act as guards and dish out rough justice. But in between that, you could have a lot of problems. Hyper Jeff says, do I increase my punching power by doing wood chopping? I believe that's what he says, and press-ups. Is that what he says? Wood chopping with an axe and push-ups. Yeah, I reckon that would help. Man, any kind of cardio repetitive motion like that. Wood chopping is probably going to work. It's going to do some sharp and slow twitch muscle fibers. So some fast twitch muscle fibers and endurance in your triceps and your arms. You know, I can see that translating to at least some kind of some kind of arm strength that could help you with punching. Certainly the grip, yeah, the grip and the tendons. So yeah, why not? Yeah, do what you think's good, man. I think, yeah, I don't know about chopping wood specifically for that training. There's a lot more better trainings you could do, I'm guessing. But but if you're chopping wood all day, well, it's going to make you a tougher person. It's going to make your grip stronger. So yeah, certainly that's cool. Okay, what other comments do we have here on this video? Oh, here we go, Sensei. So Sensei Emmett, so we're talking about the IBMA Street Corner vid for this one in the comments. Sensei Emmett makes a good comment here. He's actually one of my closed door disciples on Patreon. He says, excellent video. It's unbelievable how many martial arts instructors are self-proclaimed self-protection experts with absolutely no experience of street fight, no knowledge or psychology or physiology of being attacked for real, and have these predetermined ideas of how a fight will go. If you're attacked for real, by the time the attack occurs, it's already well in progress and you've lost. Situational awareness, threat analysis should all be done. The thinking part is over. When the attack arrives, adrenaline and stress will leave you frozen unless you've made the, I'm guessing he's going to say preparation, unless you've made the decisions on how to proceed already. It's now time for action, not thinking, run or fight. There is so much fantasy out there around this subject. Brett, you're absolutely right, bro. Sparring is good for sport. It's a different game in real life. So yeah, there's a big one, guys. There's a massive one, and I'm quite a exponent of this idea. Like sparring's great. Don't get me wrong, and I do sparring. I haven't done it for years, but now I'm in this MMA club that I've joined, and we do sparring, we do rolling and BJJ and stuff. Because that was a big thing I always used to receive on my channel. People would be like, "Oh, you don't spar, you don't know what a real fight is," blah blah blah. And I used to say, "Oh well, I did used to spar. You know, I have done martial arts for 28 years, and as far as I remember, it was very good, and it's something you should do. But it really isn't the sorry to say this for anyone whose dreams are getting broken here, but it really isn't the be all and end all. It's not. It's going to develop you to a point, but the way you spar, well, depending on how you spar, I guess, but the way you spar and the way you would engage in a real fight is completely different, or would usually be very different. Like if people have an idea, it may be in certain circumstances, and you even see it in videos on YouTube, but you know, you see like these videos of street fight, and it's these two lads going like this with a ring of people around them, and then they start sparring and punching. Well, then they start fighting. Like that's a very rare occurrence in actual street situation. It's usually someone will just come up and attack you. There's all the preliminary stuff before you even get in the fight, the posturing, like Sensei Emmett was saying, the psychology. So there's so many factors, and just doesn't quite play out like that. So sparring is like a good way to test like this much of the picture when it comes to like a real fight. Yeah, but it's still awesome. Hyper Jeff says, another question, sir. Can you please share your strength and conditioning regime? Yeah, well, Hyper Jeff, man, there's a lot of videos on my channel, man. There's so many exercises. There's so many toughness and training exercises. It depends what you want. Whether you want the militaristic style strength and conditioning training, which I've done, which I've built on as part of my sort of police side of things, or you want the martial arts style strength and toughness and endurance. There's loads of videos on my channel of that. Like I said to the other guys, there's my IBMA Iron Hand course, which is on Udemy. The link, discount links below. If you want to like train your, if you want to learn some mechanisms to train like your iron fist, the whole hand and the sort of arm and the links into the body, and some conditioning and toughening exercises, and you want to get started on that, fist training, palm training, but also the mechanisms to train the rest of your body, that's certainly a really comprehensive thing, resource that's there for you guys to use, really structured, but it does cost money, unfortunately. But if you want to discount, the links below. But also, all of that aside, there's loads of free stuff on my channel, and obviously keep watching the channel. Please do like and sub, and keep doing requests like you're doing now. And I'll put up some more stuff, more training. There's so much stuff that I do that I don't show, because doing it takes the time. Anyway. So back onto the topic of the sparring. So the sparring is really good. But there really needs to be like a wake up. Well, I think there is a wake up call. We all know, like, guys, honestly, like, whenever someone comes onto my channel, in my opinion anyway, and tells me that sparring is, sparring is the be all and end all of real life, I usually just shake my head. But hey, that's their opinion. That's great. But what then annoys me is when I say to them, okay, mate, well, oh, that's cool, good. But the only reason I'm saying what I'm saying is based on my 12 years of policing experience. Plus my 28 years of martial arts. So I'm already doing what you're doing. I'm not hiding in a corner somewhere. I'm not hiding I'm not outside practicing Tai Chi. I'm doing my bag work. I'm doing some traditional trainings. I'm doing some forms. I'm not playing silly games. Sorry. The stupid phones, man. Anyway, I'm not playing silly, we're talking about sparring, I'm not playing silly games. I'm trying my best to keep myself as focused on reality as possible. But if I ever forget reality, then every day when I go to work, every day when I have to do threat assessment, every day when I have to walk into a real scenario, every day when I have to deal with my own weapons, my own firearms, and other people's potential weapons, and risk assess situations, deal with aggression, deal with all these preliminary stages of conflict before even conflict, then dealing with conflict, physically, mentally, psychologically, de-escalating. That I'm in the real world. So when people come to me, and I'm not trying to be an expert or whatever, but when people come to me and start saying that I'm not in the real world, it gets a bit silly. Okay, guys. Anyway, look. Thanks for all your comments and stuff like that. Please do enjoy the channel. Please do like and sub and share. Check out the IBMA Iron Hand course if you want some other videos that are not on here, and some of the live trainings that I then put down to thingy. Check out the Patreon. Other than that, stuff's still going to continue here. I wish I was organized enough to schedule things, but I'm not quite organized enough yet. In a couple of hours time, I'll probably be doing a live training, maybe in 10 or, I don't know, 8, 9, 10, 11 hours time, because that'll be the next day for me. I'll start tomorrow's training. But other than that, guys, look, thank you very much for joining in on the channel. Thanks for your hard training. Thanks for your questions and stuff. Go and check out some of the other videos. Go and share them, discuss them put your comments on there, and we'll try and deal with them in another video like this. But anyway, guys, look, keep up the good training. And why am I wearing the hat? Because my haircut's so bad at the moment. I'm not usually a person who wears his hat backwards. You would never catch me dead wearing my hat backwards. But anyway, guys, look, thank you very much and have a good day.